Polls in several Super Tuesday states are set to close in just a couple of minutes, and we're anticipating the first results of this critical day in the primary election. Thanks for joining us. At 5, I'm Lisa Gonzalez.
And I'm Galston Dart. Here comes the wave of results. And let's start by showing you the states that make up Super Tuesday. Democrats taking part in a caucus in the state of Iowa today, and that wrapped up a couple of hours ago. And the polls in 3 states, Virginia, Vermont, North Carolina, they closed during the 4 o'clock hour. So the polls in 5 states, Maine, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Alabama, and Oklahoma, are going to close in just a matter of minutes, 5 o'clock our time tonight.
Voters in Arkansas have about 30 more minutes to cast their ballots. 3 states, Minnesota, Texas, and Colorado, will close their polls in an hour from now. And then here in California and Utah, we will close at 8. And then the big night ends when Republicans finish voting in Alaska at 9 o'clock tonight. Voters in America Samoa will also vote today.
Well, right now there's a little less than 3 hours before the polls are closing here in California. You can see our countdown clock there, and you need to be in line before 8 o'clock to make sure you can still get in and vote if you're going to vote that way.
Let's get to some of the results that we're seeing. President Biden has won the Iowa caucus. His win here is no surprise. 40 delegates were at stake in this contest. The Republican held their caucus in this state in January, and that was Donald Trump's first win.
And in Virginia, Joe Biden, the projected winner there in that state. This state had 99 delegates for the Democrats. And on the Republican side, Donald Trump, the projected winner there in Virginia tonight, 48 delegates at stake for the GOP primary.
To Vermont now. President Biden projected to win the state of Vermont. This gets him another 16 delegates. The Republican Party awarding 17 delegates in its primary election in Vermont. And right now, this one is too close to call, too early to call.
And in North Carolina, the polls closed just about a half hour ago, and President Joe Biden projected as the winner there for the Democrats. That will pick him up 116 delegates there. The Republicans choosing Donald Trump in this primary, and he's the projected winner in that state with 74 delegates at stake there for him. All right, now the polls in 5 other states have closed. Again, this just happened a couple of seconds ago, and we're expecting NBC News and the AP to make some announcements on the projected winners in those states.
So there's still another 3 hours left, as we mentioned, here in California to vote. There is more to this election than the presidential candidates. There are other candidates or issues for people to decide on at the state level and also our local level.
Yeah, while millions of people like to vote at home in the days and even weeks leading up to the election, millions still more like to cast their ballots on Election Day. Polling places and vote centers were busy today with people coming by. Numbers from Political Data Inc. show that about 14% of ballots sent out have been returned. This is as of yesterday, and these numbers are actually slightly less than what we saw during the 2022 primary.
We have live team coverage on this Super Tuesday. We start tonight with KCRA 3's Brittany Hope in Sacramento, where people are dropping off their ballots. Brittany?
And to be more specific, we are in South Natomas. This is really one of the hot spots in Sacramento County for folks who are coming out to vote. Now, here you have a few options, and I can hear some cars behind me, so I want you to take a look at that. This is really cool. It's a drive-through setup, so you're seeing it happen live. You have your ballot all filled out, sealed, signed. You hand it over to these wonderful volunteers. You drive off, you get your I voted sticker. It's really as easy as that. We've been seeing this all day. You can see another car kind of pulling up as well. Want to show you the other options too. If you're not driving through, there's official ballot drop boxes. So all you do is just go right inside the library there if you want to put it into one of those big metal boxes that you see everywhere. But again, really what seems to be the big deal here is that drive-through voting. So take a look at this video. We've been here all afternoon now. We've kind of seen car after car come through, drop that ballot, and just drive off. You can also vote in person here too. Now, we do have some new numbers in from Sacramento County. They say at this point, just over 19% of ballots have been returned, 19.3 to be exact. That's about 167,000 ballots. So we still need a lot more folks to come out and vote. You have until 8 o'clock tonight. Listen to some voters who we just spoke with who told us the big issues that brought them out here today.
For me, it's definitely the economy, because, you know, the price of food, the price of gas, the price of the basic living expenses are really expensive. So that's a big one for me. Immigration is big for me in Sacramento particularly. It's definitely homelessness and, you know, addiction and getting the help that people need. That's why I came to vote.
Get out and vote. Every vote counts. We need the help. It's time for this country to get together as one and work together and stop these wars and hunger and homeless. It is time.
Definitely. So many different issues and races and reasons that people are coming out here to vote. So whether you do it like this car right here, doing this kind of drive-through voting style, whether you're coming to do it in person, you want to drop off that ballot box, there are so many different options. Now, something that's been really cool here to see is how many people have brought their kids and their grandkids here to vote. So the little ones are also getting those I voted stickers, kind of inviting that next generation of voters to come out and do the same. So yes, again, not even a fifth of all the ballots in Sacramento County have been turned in at this point. So really the message, you have until 8 o'clock tonight to come out and vote. Do it in person, drive through, drop your ballot. There's so many options and there's so many places across the county where you can go to do that. For now, we're live in Natomas. Brittany Hope, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, Brittany, we can see how easy they've made it for voters right behind you there. Thank you so much.
Well, among the voters today in Sacramento County was the governor himself, Gavin Newsom, there with Jennifer Siebel Newsom, and they voted at the California Museum in downtown. And after they cast their ballots, they both made sure to get their I voted stickers. Everybody wants to make sure they get their sticker.
KCRA 3's Orko Manna is in Stockton right now with a look at how voting is going in San Joaquin County. Orko?
Well, Lisa, we've seen a pretty steady stream of voters come in here. This is the San Joaquin County Registrar of Voters office in Stockton, and I want to show you what's going on here. So people who are coming to vote in person can come up to the counter here and get their ballot. Once they have their ballot, they can sit down at some of the seats that you see that are in this area. And then I want to show you this way. There are also these smaller rooms where people can also vote. You can see there's one right here. You can walk this way. You can see a little booth set up where people can write down fill in their candidates that they have chosen to in certain races here, and then they're going to come to this area where they'll process their ballots. They're going to put their ballots in these machines. A little sign will pop up, and that will make it so they know that their vote is counted and the ballot is received. As I mentioned, this is one of the voting locations, one of 153 across the county where people can come and vote. They've been open since 7 o'clock and will close at 8 o'clock tonight. And we did speak to the Registrar of Voters about the turnout and also some voters about why they wanted to vote in person. Take a listen.
Being an American, it's really important for us to get the vote out, and it's part of our civic duty, right? So I'm proud to be an American and proud to have the opportunity to vote.
We aren't sure how many folks have went out and voted in person today. We are seeing drop boxes come back with very full boxes, and so we will estimate those numbers this evening on what we've received and where we're at.
And again, that counting will happen a little bit later tonight. We did speak to the Registrar of Voters just a few minutes ago, and she said as of right now, they've learned that only about 2% of registered voters have showed up in person to polling locations, including this one. But again, I want to show you what it looks like here. Again, in just the past minute, you've seen more people kind of show up, and that's what we've seen throughout the afternoon and evening. We've seen more people kind of show up, and we're expecting more people to come between now and around 7 o'clock once people get off of work. And so we are going to keep an eye on the situation here. As far as the registrar tells us, there aren't any major issues that have happened at any of the voting locations across the county, so that is some good news. Again, polls close at 8 o'clock, but you can vote if you're still in line at 8. Reporting live in Stockton tonight, Orko Manna, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, good to see all those people getting out and voting. A lot of local decisions, a lot of people picking a new mayor tonight,
Yeah,
not
right.
just in Stockton, but also Sacramento.
Thanks, Orko. Yeah, I mean, I totally get the mail-in vote thing, but I love seeing people show up on the day of Election Day.
Yeah.
Kind of old-fashioned that way.
I'm a show up and vote in person.
Yeah,
person.
I like it. Well, voters in Sacramento, Stockton, and Modesto are deciding on a new mayor for their city.
Yes, and in Sacramento, there are 6 mayoral candidates on the ballot. If no candidate gets a majority of the vote tonight, the top 2 will advance to a runoff in November. People in Stockton, as I mentioned, also voting for a new mayor. 6 candidates are hoping to replace outgoing mayor Kevin Lincoln, who is running for Congress. You see the candidates here on your screen. It works the same as Sacramento, where a runoff will happen if no candidate receives more than 50% of the vote. In Modesto, Mayor Sue Zuelin is running for re-election. She has 2 challengers, though, this time. Sebastian Jones, who serves on a city board that deals with code violations, and then Dewey Bedford Jr., who serves on the Modesto Culture Commission. One of the races we're watching very closely tonight is the battle for the late Dianne Feinstein Senate seat.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people think they're up for the job. More than 24 candidates on the ballot. Now, of those 27, candidates. 4 have risen to the top in the latest polling, and you've probably seen the commercials running. They are Republican Steve Garvey, and then you have Democrats Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, and Barbara Lee. The top 2 candidates will face off in the November election.
There are also 3 city council seats up for grabs in Sacramento. That includes District 2. It was left vacant with Sean Laloe stepping down. There's a big field of candidates going for that seat. The top 2 will advance to the November election. District 2 represents parts of Del Paso Heights and North Sacramento. District 4 is up for election. It represents downtown Sacramento and East Sacramento. District 6 in Sacramento also on the ballot. It covers Tahoe Park, Little Saigon, and the Stockton Boulevard area. Be sure to join us for extended election night coverage tonight. We'll go on the air as the polls and ballot drop boxes close at 8 p.m. Our team will be covering all the big local and statewide races through 11:30 tonight. We'll also bring you live updates in Spanish on Estrella TV Sacramento, and we'll be streaming live on the Very Local app.